Welcome to an edition of Brooklyn versus everybody, where the best argument wins. On tonight's episode, we're talking about fantasy football. Tonight's challengers are Mr. Bridgeside himself, Paul Liatzis.
It ain't no fantasy. I'm going for 50 points tonight. Sorry, Chris.
And Chris Cross Lazaro.
I'm drafting myself first overall to be the new chairman of Bridgeside after this beating I'm going to give Paul.
So please like, share, and subscribe to Brooklyn Versus and the Bridgeside Network, and let's get the debate going. Welcome to another edition of Brooklyn versus everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Philly Keggs. To my left are tonight's challengers, Chris Cross Lazaro, and Mr. Bridgeside himself, Paul Liatzis. Here on Brooklyn versus, we debate everything. So these guys give the judge me their opinions on some topics. I tell them who wins. The winner gets 10 points. We then move on to a challenge, and that winner gets 20 points. And then we have our grand winner of the day, and that winner gets bragging rights and the right to say they're champ. But anyway, so on this episode, the topic we're talking about is fantasy football. So, Chris, you're gonna get the first 30 seconds. Why is it so popular? Your 30 seconds starts now.
Bring families together, bring friends together, bring work, co-workers. Work's tough, work's hard. Fantasy football. Everybody loves getting together, being able to talk about something that's a break from this crazy world that we live in. And fantasy football is perfect. Not only that, a lot of times there's money involved also. Let me talk to you instead of the camera. You know, the money aspect, there's a little bit of gambling and get that thrill. So it's everything. It's the beautiful bond with your friends and family and work, and it's the money.
Okay. It's the money. All right.
The money's mine.
Mr. Bridgeside, your 30 seconds starts now.
Comparatively to all other fantasy sports, I believe it is the best sport. That's not the question, but there is something to the camaraderie, as he said, of fantasy games, bringing people together. Some people say draft day is the best part of the whole season, when you actually get to bring people together, have that long day, long draft. People, rag on each other, and it just brings people together, either in the workplace, I'm in 5 leagues, because it's all my different circles of friends, and all my different circles of friends have a fantasy football league. It's about the camaraderie.
It's about the camaraderie.
You stole my argument.
I have to side with him there, Paul. You did steal his argument right now. He called you out on it. So, how did he steal your argument? Why was
camaraderie. He just used a fancier word.
Why was your argument better?
Well, you said money.
Yeah, I said it first.
Okay.
And I also included friends, family, and co-workers. He just said camaraderie amongst people. 5 different leagues. I'm in 10 different leagues. I got 10 different groups of people.
Why is your argument better?
Because it wasn't fully focused on money. That's just like the bonus.
I threw it in as a bonus.
I made it at its core, it's about the people, but for some people it is about the money.
Do you have a last word?
Money.
I love winning.
They're on the challenge.
I love taking money from my friends.
All right. Oh, I like the last, but I made my ruling. Chris, you're taking on this one. You guys both said the same one, but I have to say, Chris did throw in the money at the end. His main focus was the camaraderie.
Yeah, why is it a friend? Because it's fun.
I know.
That's why. And you could maybe win, and you do it with your friends. It's an easy, answer.
Yeah, then why'd you propose the question, Mr. Bridgeside?
You didn't say
This is your challenge.
That's right, but we're not supposed to tell them that.
You didn't even say it was fun.
They can know.
You didn't even say it was fun. Throughout the whole thing.
This is fun.
You could have said that.
It's fun when you win.
All right, well.
It's not fun when you lose.
That's true. You're going to get the first crack at this one. All right? So, Mr. Bridgeside, you mentioned draft day. Draft day is a big fun event, and everyone's got their own strategy. So, do you think it's important let me phrase it a different way. Do you think you should wait on, the minor characters, the minor positions like defense, tight end, kicker? I'll throw a tight end, but defense, kicker. Do you think you should wait till the late rounds for them? Or do you think it's unfair when people rag on the people who take them early? Your 30 seconds starts now.
Speaking on behalf of someone that does take a top defense before anybody else in the league does, I'm defending all you people out there Don't do it in the 6th round, though. Don't do it way ridiculously early. What I do is I fill out my other main positions, get my starting lineup, and have the best possible starting lineup if, in case you don't have crazy injuries. By the playoffs, you have the top lineup. And the reason why I say tight ends and defenses and kickers people undervalue is because you know everyone else is going to undervalue them, and then you get more points per position at the end.
It's true. We don't even have kickers in our league anymore. we kicked out kickers.
And I said I was for it.
Your 30 seconds starts now, Chris.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Okay. What it is no, you wait till the end. Why? Because all the tight ends besides the number 1 Travis Kelce in this year, they're all equal. So it doesn't matter if you get freaking Desante Shanko or an old Antonio Gates in the late rounds, okay? And the kicker, it doesn't matter. They're all going to get you the 10, 15 points. It doesn't matter if you have Gronkowski, the best kicker, or the guy from the Minnesota Vikings. It doesn't matter. Same thing with the defenses, little exception.
30 seconds starts. It stops.
This is the quickest 30 seconds I can remember.
30 seconds. So you're going to go. I'm going to give you a chance for a little rebuttal with defense. You're going to go to defense. Why do you think defense should be a little different?
No, what I was going to, because defense has about 3 or 4 top heavy, and then it drops. But
So
tight ends
do you
and
think you should still wait on defense, or you think you should take it a little bit early?
you can still wait because what it is there's always 3 or 4 or 5 defenses that end up being amazing throughout the season. You could pick them up in free agency, so you go that route. If you follow my lead, I'm telling you, you're going to win money. I'm always in the championship. I always win. It doesn't matter the format, the kind of leagues.
You think a starting defense is worth more than depth?
Well, I'm just saying I would pick them to round out my starting lineup while people are picking up backups.
That's what I'm saying.
So I want to get the best. I'm not saying I'm waiting for a crappy defense.
Do you value
like,
a defense more than a 3rd or 4th running back?
Yes, absolutely.
I do not. You have to have depth. Running backs get injured. I always have 4 running backs.
I am so weary of running backs as a whole. If we're not talking strategy this episode completely, this is the strategy topic. People overvalue running backs so much.
Nonsense.
It's such a quick turnaround.
Nonsense. That's why
you have to. I've had 8 running backs on my team and have been cycled through all of them. You know what? The steady forces, if they're getting you the steady points, every year people say your team stinks. Your team stinks. And guess what, Phil? How many years have we been in this league? And how many years have I been in the playoffs in a row? How many championships have I been in? My system works. I won 2. I've been to 5.
My system works
5
too.
championships.
We
in
don't
10
know about
years.
his system.
We don't. Not saying it don't work.
It's all right, guys. I made the ruling. I think Mr. Bridgeside kind of tripped himself up a little bit there.
No.
He said that he goes through 8 running backs. So depth at running back is very important. So that's where I do think that a 3rd, 4th running, or 3rd, I'll give you the 3rd. A 3rd running back is very important because running backs are very fickle. He mentioned they get injured a lot. You need a little backup positions. You need people to cycle in because you're right. There is a lot of turnover on running back. So I agree
to have
that
at least 4 starting running backs.
I agree that the value of running backs is a little too high, and that's why you need a lot of them.
Well, that's why I don't go for running back first. I go for a top tier.
But that wasn't the question.
That wasn't.
Chris Cross, you're getting the 10 points. You're up 20-0.
Go for a clean sweep.
What did I say
Here we
before
go.
this?
Here
50
we go.
points?
You wanted
Oh,
50
boy.
points. Could it be the reverse? All right. Here we go to the 3rd question. So who? There's bust. There's breakouts. There's bust. There's sleepers. We're gonna be talking about sleepers. So, guys, who was the greatest sleeper of all time in your opinion? And a sleeper could be anyone that came out of nowhere, whether it be injury, free agency, I don't care what it is. Some guy that you didn't see on the radar, and bang, had a great season. Chris, your 30 seconds starts now.
I'm just gonna give a side note. Any rookie running back you draft them, they're undervalued. But the number 1 sleeper of all time undervalued was Michael Vick in 2010. He came in 4 games into the season and just blew. This was right after he came out of jail. He put up. There was a Monday night game where he put up 6 touchdowns, 4 throwing, 2. It was the highest fantasy scoring game ever, 49 points. But he was doing this throughout the whole season. He had 21 throwing touchdowns in the season. He carried many teams to championships.
Yeah. I actually won the championship that year with Mike Vick.
Yeah.
So, Paul, you're going to have a big hill to climb here. That was the greatest team I've ever had. Really quick, I had Mike Vick, Adrian Pearson, Arian Foster, Calvin Johnson, Antonio Gates. It was unbelievable. That was a while ago. So that was that year. So, Paul, your 30 seconds starts now.
I just ragged on running backs as a position, but the one sleeper running back that led me to this championship, the reason why this is in my house right now, this wasn't last year's, I'm supposed to give this to someone for last year, but the year before, Todd Gurley, after coming off a good rookie season, having a sophomore slump, he was really ranked low. Like, people were hating on him and that whole team. Sean McVay came in, the whole offense changed, and he just became a runner, a catcher. The whole offense. He led a lot of people to championships. He led me to a championship, speaking from experience, just like you. Vic is great, but when you can run and catch it at the same time, he's got a lot more total points. Or maybe quarterbacks get more total points. But in value-wise, I think his value is better.
Rebuttal, of course.
Value was better.
What league are you playing in that they didn't know to draft Todd Gurley? That's
No,
what
this
I want to
was-
know.
No, you drafted him, but he was like not even the top 10 running
Who?
backs.
Who didn't take him top 10?
This is 2 years ago.
This
not
is
last year.
horrible.
No, 2 years ago when after he had a sophomore slump.
I don't care.
Top 10 running back. He wasn't. I'm pretty sure he took him in the second round that year. And I know this one well because you beat me in the playoffs because of that guy. He had like 50 points.
Keep trapping yourself.
No, I'm telling you what happened. What do you mean? Come on, Phil.
All right.
You tell me he's not a sleeper, a great sleeper. He had one of the. You didn't know he was going to be that good. He was top
You're
one.
right.
He
You
was
didn't
first
know
round. He was a one overall pick.
But Vic was a
Value
free agent
after.
pickup. Vic
the
was a
value was first pick.
Yeah.
I'm saying his value was
You're
ended
right.
up being the 50th pick.
You're right. So was Vic, though, at the end of that
So
year.
was Vic, but he had a better season for his position, I think, than Vic had for his position.
Oh no.
I think
And
so.
Vic was picked up as a free agent in every league. Nobody drafted
every
Vic.
play. This guy is involved in it. No, whether they're winning, losing, they're throwing it to him. He had overall had a better season, more points as far as value per position of per pick.
All right.
People pick quarterbacks, you take your shots with some running backs. You know that some quarterbacks gonna be good if they're.
I'm just not
they're
buying
healthy.
that he was a sleeper.
He was a sleeper. He was undervalued. That's what a sleeper is.
He was undervalued.
Barely undervalued.
He was undervalued.
He had one
But we
decent
went-
year for his rookie year, and then had a.
But people were drafting him
very
high.
bad. No, they weren't. A very bad second year. He was drafted low. I got him for a value pick that
What
year.
round did you get him?
I think I got him like third or fourth.
That's high.
That's not that high when you're talking about a guy.
I'm gonna have
who's
to cut you
the-
guys off. We're running over a little time, you know.
Okay.
But Paul, I understand what you're saying.
Do I officially lose this episode?
he's not-
Is this the first
I
time
didn't
that
wanna
someone has
do
lost
this.
the episode
I didn't
before
want to
the
do
challenge?
this. I really didn't want to do this, but he was not as unexpected as Mike Vick.
Oh man. What if I said Priest Holmes?
That would have been better. Or Larry Johnson, Patrick Mahomes. These were guys that were in late rounds that came out of nowhere. Gurley was still a little
Brett Favre
early.
with the Vikings.
Gurley's name was still had name recognition. So, Chris, you're getting the 10 points.
I'm sorry. What did I
All
say?
right. So Paul has
This is the
officially got
salvage
his first
season.
loss. But Paul, this is an important challenge for
I
you.
may have got my first loss, but season standings
Paul.
is about points per game, baby.
This is a very important challenge for you, baby.
Very important.
You can't lose 50-0.
Can't lose 50.
Okay. So we have our trivia.
The thing I'm the best at.
So we got my trivia paper again, my trivia sheet. So guys, this is what I'm gonna be doing.
You can do it whenever,
And this is
remember?
first to buzz in.
You should get minus points for saying the wrong answer, buzzing in, just to buzz
Ooh,
in.
that's actually a good. If I'm letting you buzz in first, you know what? Anyone gets minus points if you get it wrong. Then.
You should get minus points towards the total of the whole
No,
score.
All right. So I'm gonna give you the year. I'm gonna give you the stats. You tell me the guy.
I have a
Not
question.
Position, though, obviously.
But you have 5
You'll know-
seconds
you'll
to
know the
answer
position.
after you buzz? 5 seconds to
Yes,
answer?
5
So you
seconds.
can't
No, you can't just go
All right,
for
here
it.
we go.
Okay. 2011, 5,476 passing yards, 46 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Peyton Manning.
-1 now. Do you want to take it?
Aaron Rodgers.
You both got -1. Okay.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
2011, no. Okay.
We're both wrong?
You're both wrong. We're going back to 0.
All right, great.
Paul, I'm very disappointed in you. You know
Oh,
why
it's
I'm
Drew
disappointed.
Brees?
Yep. You know why?
Oh, that was my initial.
You know why I'm disappointed in you? I
Gave
thought the
that
year
to
was
me.
2000.
Oh,
I
the year they
did.
won.
I tried to give that one to you.
I thought I remember what's happened in like 3 years, so.
Of course, I go in.
2007.
We're going
It's a
back to
blur.
wash.
It's a blur.
We're going back to wash. Let's start it over, guys. We'll cut that out. We got 2013, 5,477 passing yards, 55 passing.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'll continue. I can say all the stats if you want.
keep going.
55 passing touchdowns and only 10
I know
interceptions.
who it is.
What year?
2013.
That's the year with Brady and with Moss and everybody, right?
I can't.
Brady.
Peyton Manning, baby!
Manning.
Beat the Broncos!
Okay.
Record-breaking
Moving on.
season.
It's hot
Maybe
on
we'll
these
do
nights still.
2007.
That was 2007 with
Two
Lawson. You were 6 years off.
2007. 4,806 yards.
Tom Brady.
What, all quarterbacks here, Phil?
First three quarterbacks.
So saying it before you read the stats.
What's the score right now?
2-0. I got rid of the minus points.
Yeah, that's too much.
All right. In 2006,
Oh, I can't remember.
this running back.
Sean Alexander.
See, now I got to give you minus points for doing things like that.
What?
Because in 2006, this running back ran for 1,815 yards, had 28 rushing touchdowns. His name was not Sean Alexander. He caught 3 passing touchdowns and had 508 receiving yards.
Oh, I know. What it is.
LT.
Yes.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Good job.
Back in the game, 2-1. We should have kept those minus points for him. But anyway, so now, in 2005, this running back ran for 1,800
Sean Alexander.
yards. It is Sean Alexander.
You've been saying Sean.
I know.
Sean
What do you mean? I
Alexander.
said it twice.
Before you came, when you came, like all day. You knew it was going to be an
He's
hit.
up 3-1. All right, we're still on running backs. I'm not going to give you the year then. In this running back, I'll give you the year after. I'll give you the stats first. How about that?
No.
Fine. In 2000, this running back ran for 1,359 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 8 receiving.
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk it is. 3-2. All right, we're in the receiver bracket now. You asked,
man.
okay. We're in the receiver bracket. In 2012, this receiver had 122 catches, 1,964 yards. I can't give you the touchdowns. You buzzed in.
Marvin Harrison.
That is incorrect. And 5 receiving touchdowns.
Can you give the stats again?
122 catches, 1,964 yards, 5 touchdowns.
1,900?
1,964 yards. That is
Beast of a year.
a beast of a year. 2012. All right. Aaron.
Antonio Brown.
No. It's the most of all time. I told you, record-breaking years. This is the most receiving yards of all time in a season. All right. He's in the NFC North. He retired pretty early. He was like 30 when he retired.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson it is.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Yep.
About that guy.
So, in 2002, going way back, we've been playing fantasy football for a while. This receiver had 143 catches.
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison.
I wasn't gonna guess him anyway.
Man, I'm really off with the years. Like I'm thinking 7
Okay.
years ago is like
Just
really,
letting you
really
know.
like 14 years
It's 4-3
ago.
now. It's 4-3 now. Paul, you got one more shot to tie it. I gave you 9. Since you
All right.
both got the first one wrong, if you tied, we're going to have to find a tiebreaker.
Okay, let's do it.
He had 1,493 receiving yards, 23 touchdowns, and 98 catches.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss it is.
Did I just get smoked?
2007.
2007. I left out the year for you, too, because I knew if I said 2007, he was going to get it.
Yeah. All right, wrap up
All
the show.
right,
Phil.
boys,
Wrap
all
up
right,
the show.
that's
Let's go.
That's a
I'm the
groundbreaking
producer. End the
episode.
show right
There we
now.
go. End the show. Welcome to the Brooklyn Verse. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.
Sweep. This is supposed to be sweep.
After I just actually called out the sweep. That's
Oh man.
meant to happen like that. That's what sports is all about.
Go Bridgeside.
Tonight, Chris Cross got the shutout over Mr. Bridgeside, handing him his first loss. Here are your Brooklyn versus season standings.